Ah, okay. Think I'm doing it right this time. Not that I did anything wrong before. I I knew exactly what I was doing. I'm very smart and very with it.
With it.
All right. So, cool. But since I haven't used this in a little while, I am going to. Okay, I'm just making sure that it actually works. I'm just looking at my stupid title. Yeah, I'm sure this will win me all the friends. So let's see. How do I? Let's see. I know there's a way. For me to like get into chat on here without necessarily making myself a viewer, or is that only possible on Twitch? Do I have to just sit here streaming it? Maybe. Well, since it's not looking super obvious to me, and I want to get going. Yep. Yeah, so it's gonna probably say in a little bit here, oh, there's one. Yeah, that's me. Because I don't see any other way to do it. Not that I expect anyone at all to show up, but that ain't the point. Yeah, there we go. There's me. Hello, me. Oh my god. Wow. I'm watching. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Technically, I'm a viewer, right? I am viewing it. Just not an external viewer. Okay, so, well, I'm gonna go ahead and start from the beginning. I actually, it's just, even though I had fully intended on just being like, you know what, I'm gonna just try streaming this run over on YouTube, just as a little warm up for the day. I've been kind of streaming like a maniac over on Twitch, and even though I know you can technically save your videos long term on Twitch, at least for the moment, seemingly, unlimited amounts of them, you just have to go make a highlight and stuff. I still sort of think of my YouTube channel as like one of the differentiating things, and could be that these are streams that I don't necessarily want to have disappear into the ether by default. So since I just played this once over there, I watched Snamwich's video about playing through this game, and he's gotten super difficult trophies on a lot of games that I've played, and sometimes I agree, like, wow, yes, that was really freaking hard, and sometimes they're ones where it didn't seem quite as hard, but well, whatever, comparable. But then, like, to me, just because I've played this game a hell of a lot. Oh, and I like standing here too because I feel like I can be the masthead. This is like whatever the Titanic position right on the top. I'm king of the world. Yep, I saw that in theaters. Okay. Yeah, so, but anyway, since I decided to just play this, and I ended up getting through the game with 3 deaths, I think. So that was pretty good, pretty fun. So I thought, hey, what the hell, let's see if I can replicate something similar over here, because I sure do love this game. I think I was right, maybe right around here. I'm not quite sure, but somewhere around here. Oh yeah, no, it was just after I just dealt with the spider, and yeah, and then I just realized, like, oh my god, and like, because I was like, why doesn't this show me as being live over on YouTube? Oh, because I just clicked on stream to Twitch like I always do. You're silly. So, okay, and it also only took me about 75 minutes, and that's, someone actually came by and told me, they were kind of telling me different, strategies that I hadn't yet considered, because I guess I might as well say that, well, I have played this game a lot. I haven't actually watched anyone else, at least someone like, like a speedrunner or anything like that, playing through this game. So there are probably strategies, maybe even, fairly obvious seeming ones that I don't use, because everything that I do is just stuff like, I haven't practiced anything like, so he suggested some things and they sound interesting, but I'm not going to try them this time. That'll practice runs are exactly the kind of thing I'd want to do, like, more over on Twitch. So but I'd have to, like, do some research first and stuff. So sounds interesting, but again, just for the moment, I thought, what the hell? I'll just see if I can do fairly well at this as a nice little warm up to the day. Let's go to the happy monochromatic world of Limbo. Ooh, why? I knew that wasn't gonna work. I guess I'm sort of curious to see how off it would be. Answer: very, very off. But yeah, Limbo has the one thing that's always nice when I come back to it is it just has really great controls. So something about me, I mean, maybe it's obvious, maybe everyone's like this, but one thing that really keeps me coming back to certain games, even if their gameplay is very limited or if they're very short or whatever, is if they have especially nice feeling controls. And this game certainly qualifies, so that's got to be part of it. Although, definitely a big part of the reason why I was so enamored with this was certainly the just kind of the world design and the atmosphere and stuff too. So it's somehow, I guess, in a kind of bizarro way, this place is very appealing to me. Smack. Hello. Don't hit me. I'm gentle. I'm squishy. So, yeah, this, as I was saying over there, like, and until I get an audience, I'll keep repeating things. But this part, obviously, is so much fun to watch as an experienced player, or, probably one of the developers, I would imagine. Come on. Of course, because of this third swing here that happens that will catch you if you're just like, oh, I know what's going to happen. I have bested you, mighty spider. But, yeah, it just totally mangles you. It's pretty funny. And horrifying. Well, it's funny to watch. Horrifying to experience. Well, maybe it would be nothing to experience. I think it's like, looks like it takes care of you pretty quick, because it's like he jams his his spiky leg all the way through your soft little body. Yeah, it was right here. I was just talking about it, because I really do like how you can push forward and get this little, like, animation, then back and you'd be like, and if you try to jump, you get this kind of like, thing. It's neat, and so that way I can kind of go like, just before he touches me, to kind of make it look like he just really doesn't want to be touched. I think there are actually a handful of places in this game where, even though the, your control over the animation is pretty limited. And so here, yeah, if you just wiggle like crazy, like you see, I do it with both the analog stick and the D-pad. I just mash them both in all directions as fast as I can. As you can see, even if the spider's still on screen, it doesn't come back. So it's kind of fun if you manage to get it with that much of it on screen. Alright, and so this jump is one that I have, like, missed way too many times, so I tend to just in really silly ways. So I tend to take it really carefully. And then, I mean, this part's just really funny too, with his goofy little hopping animation, like, Yeah. Let's see. So here, One of the only deaths I was kind of surprised to see that happened to Sandwiches was getting killed by the spider here. Now, I guess I never thought about it, but perhaps by jumping the way I am right here, kind of staying more towards the front, that's just kind of how I naturally want to do it. Like, I just don't want to get that far back. I guess that would make it roll a bit faster, right? Because in the video, I was just like, how do you ever get caught here? Because unless you just stand over here for a while, but it didn't look like he was doing that. It looked like he was just barely getting here in time. But it's like, oh yeah, maybe it is just because I've inadvertently always kind of made it roll a little bit faster, so I just have a little bit more time to think there. But yeah, so I always like how you end up with the little the little piece of webbing stuck to your head. That's funny. And when we fall down this pit over here, that's when it falls off. And hits the ground. Let's see. But then there's this weird thing where, when we get closer, since this guy's rigged up to, like, if this person is alive, right, and observing it's like it might know that you're about to step on this trap and it's going to drop and break its neck, which it does with this, like, really nasty sound. But of course it doesn't say anything or make any sound at all. But the one thing it does do is it just kind of drops its head. And again, it does it in such a weird way where it's like, is that... Are you just disturbing a corpse and it just somehow, like, and it just fell over? Or is it, yeah, again, is it someone just realizing they're about to die and just going slack, right here? This game's loaded with spooky background details like that. I absolutely love it. Not to mention, man, talk about sound design that totally freaking holds up. There's a lot of indie games that use really nice, clear, field recordings of things with sort of maybe like hyper crisp reality almost. But I don't know, I kind of like it, and this game is one of the earliest ones where I really remember thinking about that. It wasn't the first indie game I ever played. Ooh. Now, I was like, wait a minute. You're falling short! That'd be silly. I haven't died there in a jillion years, so... Yeah, no, there's a few places where I am likely to die. In fact, I did die everywhere I imagined I did, but I only died once everywhere I imagined I did. And I think it was 2 places for sure that I'm always nervous about. Can't remember off the top of my head where the last one is. But so this thing right here, so there are various places in the game where there seems like they put something in the environment to subtly cue you in on how to do, something that would otherwise be really difficult. And one of them is right here, where it's like this little flame right here. If you just pretend like you need to jump over that, like I did there, you will just jump over the thing that they send after you. In fact, I don't even look at that and try to time anything. I literally just look at that little flame on the path and I just pretend like it hurts me. Even though, if I were to run past it without the flaming thing flying at me, you'd see that it doesn't hurt you. But anyway. So yeah, if you just treat it like it's a danger and try to arc your jump right over it, you'll be fine. So here, I mean, this is just practice. Yoink. I like to catch it on the way back. Alright. Oh yeah, so one of the odd things that I thought when I was watching Sandwich's video was that he mentions up here, I think pretty soon, yeah, there's this this bit where you have to wait until the spider gets up. He makes it sound like you have to use the propulsion of the spider kicking you up to make this jump. You absolutely do not. In fact, I wait a little bit here, to make sure that it's fine, because you can definitely just make the jump. This game, maybe, I'm pretty sure this does help, but this is kind of how I play every game. I'm like 99% certain that this actually makes a difference. in this game. But what I'm talking about is using the analog stick to kind of like point towards ledges when you're jumping. So rather than just holding straight to the right, you know, if I make an extreme jump, I'm angling the analog stick more upwards, and it seems to reflect in being able to catch higher ledges. Or even there's a few places where it just seems like it shouldn't even be possible to make certain jumps, but you definitely can. So anyway, so I was surprised to hear him say like, "Oh, you have to use that." I was like, "You do not." And I mean hey, you know, we all have had, and me certainly plenty, have had times when we thought we understood the way like a game mechanic works, and we were actually wrong and making it hard on ourselves. So I'm not shitting on it for that at all. I was like bummed, thinking like, oh man, you know, if you think that's the way you have to do it, then yeah, that part would be a nightmare. So it's like there are various places where I did, like I said, I anticipated it being very difficult for him, and I was pretty much right about all those. But then there were a few like that where I was going, oh really? Well, and the one that surprised me the most was the final jump of the game, because the whole thing with that is that, you know, when I was going for my 0 death run, where, you know, I really wanted to make sure that I wouldn't choke, like one of the first things I did was I went to that area of the game and I said, okay, I am going to, yeah, gross, I'm going to, excuse me, I'm going to go to the end of the game, and I'm just going to see if there's any way at all that I can devise an absolutely idiot-proof solution. Oh, and that's the place where I died the third time, right? Because I messed up my idiot-proof solution. Well, it is idiot-proof. I just kind of forgot exactly one parameter. So, but now that I've practiced it, I shouldn't mess it up again. So it's back to idiot-proof. But, you know, essentially, but really by idiot-proof, what I mean is that if I at least remember the parameters correctly, it doesn't require, like, special, super precise timing. It also doesn't require you to jump at all. In fact, it only requires that you stand in a specific spot and wait for a specific thing to happen in the background, which is happening, you know, back and forth on a rhythm. And then you just wait for it, and then as soon as it happens, you just hold to the right, and you will end up exactly where you need to be to make the final, to hit the final switch and beat the game. So yeah, I did that specifically because I know my tendency to choke really, really hard, you know, at the very, very end of difficult challenges. I don't really see myself as someone who's capable of beating, I don't know, certain really difficult games, or even really playing them for fun, like Dark Souls. Those are games I'm intensely interested in, but they just constantly seem to be so absolutely agonizingly difficult that I just can't. It's so hard to imagine playing. I actually have the only Dark Souls game that I own installed, the one I was brave enough to at least buy way back in the day, even though it's like, and I tried playing it, and sure enough, I got my ass kicked really hard. Alright, so of course, and this part, I mean, again, you know, first time player is gonna die on every single one of these, including me. So this was just so fun though. Like I love it, and they kind of let you you know, enjoy this puzzle a little bit, because you use it against some guys here in a second. So of course, the first time this is a safe zone, right? This spot in the middle, it's like, that's a safe. So this time, the thing in the middle is actually a button that activates the trap. It's like, you assholes. So yeah, we just go over there and trigger them. So then, of course, they don't know that. So you jump over the button, and then you gotta, of course, use the safe zone. And like, the only real chance, so you can just be like, go ahead. Ouch. So you at least get to appreciate other guys getting smushed, because you know something they don't. Oh yeah, and there's that dude like strung up in the background too. There's all these cool background details that, you know, it almost, you know, this is the kind of game and world where there really could have been, you know, a decent expansion type thing done where, or maybe, you know, I really hate saying this, because like, They usually just end up so bad. But you know, even some kind of sequel kind of thing, right? Where maybe not with the same character, but it's like something that's kind of like Rain World, except not evil. We won't get into that. But like Rain World is something I definitely think about while playing this game, because they're both, you know, physics-based, you know, 2D platformers, like simulated, you know, jumping and all, physics and all that kind of crap. Except, again, Rain World's controls, they're often like cited as being like nearly perfect. In my opinion, they are far from perfect or even nearly perfect. Some aspects of them I think do work extremely well, and then there's other things that are so badly tuned that they cause all kinds of misery for the player for no good reason. But because the community keeps, you know, making videos and other things praising the controls and basically saying that they're perfect, that's never going to change. So that's one of the most infuriating things about playing that game. It's like this really beautiful world, all these wonderful aspects of it, and I think even the story is trying to say that even though everything is absolutely dismal and things just seem to be getting worse and worse, you should still keep trying. Like, it's still worth it to keep trying. But the gameplay is saying just like fuck you over and over and over and over and over. It's like it doesn't respect your time at all. It it it's like, you know, people keep saying, oh well, there's a short amount of time, you know, between each shelter, you know, so you're not supposed to stay out all that long anyway. It's like true, but Rain World has some of the most difficult and unpredictable, you know, platforming and enemy encounters in any game I've ever played, such that, you know, it can be a small miracle to get through certain areas sometimes, only to be killed by something stupid on the next screen and then have a completely different configuration the next time, and just end up in so many diverse and extremely challenging situations that like every death is exponentially more painful than it is in a game certainly like this, where it restarts you really close to where you died. But in most platformers, even really hardcore difficult ones where you have like one life and stuff, I've played lots of those, like never ever have I felt more severely and unfairly punished on the regular as I have with Raid World. I probably played that game 200 hours, and at least 50 of it was just, at least, probably more than that, 50 hours plus, you know, was wasted gameplay of just dying in all these, like, stupid ways, and largely, I mean, sure, like, I actually don't get mad when the death is clearly my fault, or when I know I'm still learning and all that kind of stuff, but when I, you know, after, you know, geez, after a couple hundred hours, and I have now actually beaten every single campaign in the game. It's like, and I still struggle to get through things. You know, it's like, you can't tell me that I'm not good. You can't tell me I don't understand how this game works. You know, by the achievement statistics, I have easily beaten 99.99 something percent of all people who have ever even touched that game. So as far as I'm concerned, you know, if you haven't gotten at least that far and you're trying to tell me what the experience is like you just don't know. You haven't actually sat down and done all of these things like I have, and like you know, other people have. So whatever. Like, I hate trying to make it seem like it's like some big authority thing, but it's just for what it's worth. It is annoying, even if it's a video game, if someone comes along and tries to tell you the way something is when they demonstrably do not have the personal experience required to make claims like that. Anyway, I have this bad habit of sitting in one game and talking about another one, and here I go again. This will be preserved forever. So okay, I just wanted to stop here though, because I wanted to talk about my little trick, my little memory trick I use to get through this safely every time. And so with this one, you know, once you get into this configuration and jump to the next one here, all you really have to do is just wait until they're both, you know, right about parallel, like that, or even, you know, a little off, whatever. And yeah, in fact, it helps if you're swinging forward, like you just kind of, you know, weak jump like that. But even there, you know, it was a smidge close, I guess, but I'm still not worried about getting through that spot. So. Oh yeah. No wait, there was one thing the guy said. He said that if you quickly, like instantly, like when the thing jumps off, this is something I can try without it killing me. So when the thing like goes to, you know, attach to my head, he said that if I try flipping the direction like the moment I see it launch, I'll skip the little animation. I mean, that's the kind of thing where if it's super hard to do, I don't care. But if I can do it reliably, sure. Let's see. Nope. Too slow that time. Maybe I'll try. I should probably do it with a D-pad because it's obviously easier to flip directions really fast on the D-pad. It's just that this game actually does seem to have responsive analog controls, so I use them. So, it'd be cool if that turning around thing worked when you hit the sunlight, but nah. Alright. Thank you. Alright, getting a little sip. Ah, yes. As always, my favorite... Wait, I just remembered. Have I... I haven't even looked. Have I done a Limbo stream on my YouTube channel? I only did this because I thought... Oh, God. I thought that I hadn't. But all of a sudden, I'm getting like deja vu. Oops, I should have jumped a little earlier. But we made it. I'm getting deja vu, like... Did I do this before? Well, if I did it before, I might not have talked. Speaking of talking, I talked over my favorite sound effect. Oops. Oh, well. It's not like I haven't heard it before. If you want to hear it yourself, you'll have to buy the game. Or watch someone else's video. Or even my own video on my Twitch channel, because I didn't talk on there. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so here... Yeah, here I like to just kind of get this thing to where, you know, it's more on the right-hand side, but it's still close enough for me to jump to this thing. The rope on the left here. There we go. It's like, as long as I can do that, I know that it'll be close enough when I jump to it here in a second. So, like I said, I all along the way, I wasn't trying for maximum speed, right? Most or all, yeah, of my strategies are designed with safety first. I wanted simple, memorable tricks that I could use, hopefully using things in the environment to help remind me what the trick was, that are consistent and would let me get through all of the challenges without dying, you know. I usually kind of recoil from all or nothing gameplay, as I call it, stuff where, you know, if I'm, for example, if I'm trying to go through this game without dying, if I die a single time, technically I have failed that challenge, and therefore, you know, I would need to start the whole thing over. I really resent having to do, especially, you know, like the beginning parts of most video games over and over and over again. It's like, it's exponentially more annoying to me. Hang on. I know, it might be hard to hear me too, because I can't adjust the freaking volume of the game itself when I'm streaming from the PlayStation 4. I wish I could. It's the kind of thing that I was really surprised, since I've only had a PlayStation 4 for, you know, I haven't even had it for 2 years yet. I was surprised that they, you know, in all this time that it had been in development, that they never added a simple mixer feature. There actually is a thing I am using, and which does seem to have minimal impact. It's just not as much as I want. What you can do... Oh, anyway, well here my little trick is, I'll get to that in a second, is I jump up when the water level kind of touches the top level of the box there. Oops. And then here, of course, what you want to do is grab this thing and pull it back as soon as you can. And then be ready to catch the ball thing as soon as it pops up. And then, of course, push it over yonder, and you should get back, just barely getting your feet wet there. Yep. I really like the ambience in this room, like this kind of background sound. It cuts away once the room finishes filling up. But I also like, you know, I've sat and considered what these kind of large round things in the background might be for a while. Yeah. One of my favorite rooms for sure. Okay. So yeah, I think on the next mind worm or whatever those things are called, you know, I'll try turning around using the D-pad. See if I can get the timing. Like, you know, if I watch someone do it, I might know better. I'm literally just going off of a viewer's text description, so it's like I don't know. I assume they're probably, you know, they're correct. It seems to me like what you're doing is you're just kind of tweaking out the animation system just so that like it will go the way it wants to go, but you're skipping the little moment where it takes hold of your mind or whatever. Okay, so here we go. I get to try again, though this one the timing's woo. Hang on. I like to push this like okay, all the way over. Anyway, so this is gonna be a little weird because it's waving around, but okay, let's use the D-pad. Yep, interesting. I kept kind of being definitely under it, but it wasn't going. Oh well, I'll keep practicing. I'm not at all confident that I'm hitting the what would be the correct timing at all. It's like I have an idea for when I'm supposed to do it. It's just I've never even thought about trying to turn around the moment that thing pops off. So I'm having to kind of analyze how I do it, get used to the inputs. So yeah, here, of course, you'll want to run your little buns off. And this is where we learn as a player that, hey, in addition to, you know, being behind crates, that's one way to stop when you got this thing in. Another way to stop is to hold onto a ladder. Hooray. So, let's see. Of course, you know, the first time, you know, there's this nice long moment when you're climbing up here, unless you're maybe watching that thing from below. But the water fills up too, so you're probably climbing up. Anyway, and you're like, what's gonna happen? Anyway, so here I just like to run across as soon as it becomes kind of level with the bottom of my character. And then, of course, make sure to jump to get that thing off your head. Otherwise, yeah, the first time I was like, and now I will dutifully run past while they eat it off my head. While they eat it off my... They didn't eat it off my head. Oh god, now I'm dead. Yeah, because there's water over there. Again, it's fun. There's just so many little things you have to do. But yeah, anyway, even though I don't typically like all or nothing gameplay, for some reason this game has... I guess it just has the right pacing, the right control feel, and just sort of the right cues in the environment and stuff. Like here, just don't stop. This is the solution to this puzzle. Just don't stop. The first time you come here, the timing is actually perfect to come over here. Yeah, you can even roll, you know, down like that safely. If you're real fast, you can grab that thing on the first, grab the rope on its first. Ow. What? What happened? Excuse me. I deny that death. That's not a death. What the fuck happened? Okay, so now that my timing... I know kind of how to do this, man. It's been a while since I've had to do it without just running straight through. Okay, hang on. Let me think. Seriously, what the fuck happened? I'm sorry, I'm like half mad, half shocked. But what happened? Okay, awesome. Anyway, whatever. I'm glad I was streaming. I'm like, okay, wait. Does touching that box kill you or something? Did I somehow hold on? I do not know. Well, anyway, yeah, awesome. I'm glad I recorded that. Yeah, so whatever. Seriously, like, I mean, I don't need the trophy. I already got it a long time ago. In fact, I've gotten the 5 deaths or fewer trophy on every single version of the game that I own, which is PC, PS3, Xbox 360, and PS4. So, so it's like I'm certainly not, like, you know, I'm not like, oh, in need of the trophy. I don't actually care about the number. But in terms of thing like that, that was a bug. Sorry. When I get weirded out, my thoughts kind of crash together, and then I keep making half-formed sentences. Because it's like I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going on while I'm still talking about it, and my brain won't wait. Bad habit. But okay, so yeah, I don't really need to figure out why that happens, because like I said, I'm just gonna ignore it. You can feel whatever you like. Maybe I'll go back there later and test it a little bit and see if there is something, or I guess the only thing I can think of for the moment is that somehow the physics of the switch kind of collided with the head and made it think as though I hit something really hard and killed him. Because yeah, you know, the deaths are often decided just by the physics system. If you just hit something hard enough, you die. So yeah, if somehow you clip through it the wrong way, it could be read as a high impact collision. So anyway, let me try this turnaround thing again. Nope. So yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing where if it turns out to be too difficult for me to execute reliably, I just don't care. You know, the way I refer to stuff like that, you know, if that is my conclusion, is that I just call it wanky. It's like there's certain things where, I mean, this is why, even though I do consider myself a speedrunner, especially in some games, because I'm not sacrificing absolutely every aspect of the gameplay, including the fun, in order to go faster, you know, that doesn't mean I'm not a speedrunner. It just means that I'm not interested in making world records. I'm interested in fast, efficient, fun play, which often does make use of speedrunner techniques. I mean, there's kind of nothing I love more than discovering in a game that I love that, you know, there's many places in many games that I love that it would be cool if there was some way if I could just kind of get through it really easily or just cheese it or whatever. That doesn't, you know, I'm not against that. This. So the only real hard part here is the jump back. Let's see. Whew. Yeah. The cue there has something to do with the sparks. It's like I don't have it perfectly memorized anymore. I used to. But yeah, it's like when the sparks kind of approach a certain level, so it was right around where you saw it there, maybe a little later. That was perhaps a smidge early. Okay, let's just push it down real good one more time. Go back here. There we go. Woohoo! I've always liked this part actually. This one's just fun. You know, these are exactly the kind of puzzles that, you know, in the lesser game, you would have to do like 15 versions of that, you know, pulling and pushing simultaneously, and the two bridges like swinging in different directions kind of thing. They just keep doing that over and over and over. And while certainly, there were complaints about this game, like way back in the day. What I remember about what a lot of people were saying was that they found the second half of the game to be less engaging than the first half, and I think like the developers have actually talked about how the spider encounter that we have at the beginning of the game was actually something that was originally like near the end, but that they moved it up to the beginning because they realized that it really kind of, you know, sucked people in, right? And while that's true, I think that because there are no equivalent No, I mean, not quite, right? There isn't any set piece that in and of itself at the end of the game is quite as viscerally exciting as that one. That's why the second half, in addition to the fact that it goes from being outdoors to being in a lot of like factories and industrial kind of things, it just ends up feeling more dull. Even though the quality of the puzzles, I think, stays very high. It's like, yeah, aesthetically, it kind of uses its, puts its best foot forward too quickly. Oh, so here we go. Here's the first puzzle I hate. So I did practice this the other day on my Twitch stream. Okay, so I think again, not that I actually expect a zero death run, but it'd be nice. It'd be nice to be able to record that. Let's see. Can I do this one? Oh, let's give it a shot. Okay. Okay, yeah, that one really gets me going, really. Because it's just, I want to do it right. Yeah, I guess the timing for that one is you gotta wait until that first box is almost out. And it's, yeah, you just kind of gotta get a feel for exactly when it's gonna slip out of the box. Whew, alright, cool. Grabby. Yeah, although this is one of those things where, more than once in this world, like, even though they're, it's bugs and, flying things and spiders and stuff, which I have no real love for in real life, especially giant, scary versions, even scarier versions. It is like a curious, sort of motif that you continually have to hurt things, living things that aren't necessarily better than you or whatever, to continue. So, and that one just seems especially like, you don't have any control, you can't choose to let go early, but it's like you have to actually hold on until it rips its leg off, like, Grody. Kaboing. Kaboing. Alright. Boop, boop. Smack. Boop, boop. In position! Moving! I'm sure that's exactly what the kid sounds like. Bonk. Excellent. This room has been pacified. Boop. So, make sure always to get that sucker lined up and ready to go. So, yeah, this is another one of those nice, nicely tuned puzzles, of course, where I'm sure that they can figure it out with math and stuff, but, this object is weighted just right to let you jump in and do that, and then roll back, and then press the button just long enough to let you push the crate through and follow it yourself. It's just lovely. It's lovely. This whole thing's lovely. That's my verdict. Great, lovely. Howdy, howdy. Donk. Woo! Alright. So. Yeah, somehow when I was streaming this on Twitch the other day, it was the first time it ever occurred to me to stand on this and then just use that to get the other, the other block up here. I was like, huh. That looks like a good idea, dude. You should probably do that, dude. So, I'm learning. I mean, what can you expect a guy to know after beating the game like 80 times? Come on. I'm a beginner. Wait, yeah, no, don't get in there. You'll get squished. No squishy. I don't allow it. So, even though this is bit on the slow side. This is kind of my favorite way to do this, because ultimately this is the configuration you need everything to do. So it's like, well, might as well move them both at the same time. And there's just enough room for you to get off the switch here. So then you can push this down. And then go... whoop. Thank you. Goodbye, crate. I love you. Ah. The part I like to call... swinging the chain, swinging the chain. Because I watched Kung Pao a lot when I was younger. Okay. Does anyone remember that stupid fucking movie? It's like, yeah, okay, fine. There's only a couple of good ideas in it, but I kind of skip around when I watch it on DVD. But it's idiotic fun, okay? Oh, and I think yes, I think in the Snamwiches video, there is a bug that maybe, hopefully, is only in the Xbox 360 version where the camera can break here. I've experienced that myself because I was going through I got all of the Super Secret X in the 360 version, and so at one point, oh yeah, it might be a little bit loud. Sorry, I wish I could control the volume of the game independently, but somebody whose name starts with S and ends with Oni did not give me that feature. So, I have to yell. And if I just turn the microphone up, then it just blasts out and clips and sounds horrible, and God, I hope it's not doing that right now. Stupid. Yeah, so when I was streaming this on Twitch, one of the viewers mentioned that there is a way to do this without messing with the magnet, but I'm like, okay. I'll figure that out later, I suppose. Right now, you can call me Magnet Man, because I love the magnet. It's so handy. Yes. Again, you know, I never said this was specifically a speedrun anyway. Oh, but I'm gonna do it this the dangerous way. Yeah! Let's go! Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're fine. But anyway, I do like to go fast, and I like speedrun tactics sometimes, when they're fun, and when they don't speedrun the fun out of the game, you know? Like, I remember when this Mirror's Edge speedrun made the news a while ago because of how fast it was, and the whole thing was the guy just glitching out of the wall. Not that I'm saying that's invalid. Oh, there we go. Not that I'm saying that you can't play like that, but to me, just as a viewer, that's... it's like, okay. I know that game like the back of my hand, and I'm still like... just... I you know, get bored within like 3 minutes. So it's just, for me, my favorite kind of, you know, speedrun type thing to watch is, I guess they would call it, what, no glitches or something, but basically... yeah, it's always fun. But where you are doing, you know, the lion's share of the gameplay, the content, the stuff they've made for you, you're just doing it really fast and efficiently. That's how I like to do it when I'm playing, and that's certainly what I like to see. So, alright, this one's, whoa, careful. This one's like deceptive. I've like stupidly gotten killed on this more times than I care to admit. Wait, the timing is not excellent here. Okay. Alright. Woo! He's like, please don't snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, dude. That's not fun. That's not fun at all. So, alright, so technically, I did die once, but the death, it happened, in the area with the hotel sign. I have no idea what happened. I was just pulling the switch that turns off the sign, and then I just died. I was like, what? So I, frankly, I mean, what, you can think whatever you want, but as far as I'm concerned, that was a bug, and that doesn't fucking count. So I'm saying I still exist. not going for world record. We're going for panda record. And panda record, you know, says glitch deaths don't count. And if it can be shown that it wasn't a glitch, then fine, it counts. But it sure as hell looked like a glitch to me. I have never pulled that switch and just fallen over dead. It's like, what the hell? Okay, kid. That's on you. He got sleepy. Let's see. Alright, so here I like to... Right, you want to have it kind of... I didn't do that well. Here. That, maybe? Rah! Barely, but yes. Woohoo! I like to pretend I'm Mario in any game where I can jump. Wah! Woohoo! Waha! Damn you, Charles Martinet. Ah, yes. Yeah, this is the one where I got... Oh, wait. Right. I got way confused for a little while on my Twitch stream, because I just totally was like, how do you do this? But, okay, right. First, you gotta prepare. Don't come back. Don't run me over, please. It's another hazard I hadn't considered. Maybe, if it was going fast. Alright, so let's see. I think I determined what I want to do is have it go away. And then come back. And then, you know, whatever. Yeah. That should do. Bye. Wunderbar. Boing. Alright. And I like to sit here, right in the kind of glowing halo of the light. In the dark. Someone's playing their industrial metal music! Oh yeah, something really crazy happened here on my Twitch stream too, where it's like I somehow clipped through this thing that I'm gonna try to push off of here. Yeah, like I always do it, yeah, just like that. But I clipped like through it, and amazingly did not die. Because you know the game's deaths are dynamic, right? So if you just hit something too hard, you'll die even if it's not falling off a pit necessarily. Oh boy! Another bit of a loud section. So let's see, I remember the guy saying there's some, yeah, you know, there's a way that you can make this jump over here without using the crate, but I haven't practiced it, and I haven't really thought about how to do it, so yeah, like right there, I guess. I'm not gonna try. I'm just gonna go safe. Alright, Box. Come to me. Thank you. You're so reliable, Box. You're my best friend, Box. You're my best buddy, Box. Buddy Box. I love you. Oh, sorry. It's like a dumb thing I do like when I'm playing by myself. It's like I make up dumb little songs about whatever I'm playing. Come on. Alright. I like how the music just abruptly stops here as soon as you destroy the as soon as you destroy this turret here. It's just like, good feelings gone. Well, now you broke it. I wish I could jump to the other side rather than run back this way again. But as I said, safety. Safety is number one. Beep, 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 ba da da da, ba da da do, ba da da day, ba da ba da, ba skip it do. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess that's basically where we want it to start. All right. Raise me up. Praise the Lord! Oh. Okay. Yeah, in fact, when I was doing this, I was on my Twitch stream the other day, I was doing this completely absent-mindedly, and I didn't realize I'd set up the puzzle oh, wait, no. Yeah. Correctly for this next part. Because I was talking so much, so I got really, like, wound up in a circle here. Who am I? Where am I? Ah! I was trying to just turn around back and forth dramatically on the ladder. Oh, but I guess you can't do that in this game. Okay. It would look janky, which is what I was counting on. Alas. Boing. Alright. Come to me, box. Wow. Wow. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Whoa, okay. I was like, God, please don't tell me this. So far I'm gonna die. He's young. He's got youthful knees. Such a nice boy. Can always land without breaking his legs. Whoa. Okay, that... Yeah, should stand more in the middle. Pro tip! Where are we? Yeah. Well, this part at least, if you take the safe route, shouldn't really be an issue. Damn. Working you like a record player. Great! Whoop, not great! Alright, there we go. Whew. So let's see. Beep. Wait for it to have a hissy fit. Cause I'm a scared little kitty. Yeah. Yeah. My cat's looking at me. No. I'm not talking to you. Okay, oh yeah, you have to get it some momentum. I like how, there's even little chunks of, rock and stuff that come along with it. Nice touch. Bonk. Alright. And back on down. Now, if I'm completely crazy, it is fun to try and grab this and just sort of pull it back here, but many, many times I've flung it in such a way that the box just lands on me and kills me. So I'm gonna be lame. And do it the lame way. Lame! But, at least, again, with the proper steps here. And, yeah, he said something else about there's some other way of getting through this more quickly, but, that's cool. Again, I'll check some of these things out. Every now and then I do like a strategy and I'll incorporate it, but sometimes it's just, they're, really hard to set up and, or whatever. There's just things about them I don't like doing. So my main rule always, especially if I'm trying to, keep up my energy and interest in this thing, is to not set tasks for me that make me hate what I'm doing. So yeah, here, this is really interesting to me that they left this in, because right, there's this butterfly here, and there's even a kind of subtle camera move that very, very slightly shows where it's going. As far as I understand it, that was the hint for the super secret egg that exists on the Xbox 360 version, and you have to, and I did get all of these. Oh my god, it took forever to get this one though, because you have to go over here and get these two boxes to be stacked on top of each other using the gravity controls and stuff. Oh man, it's a nightmare. But then you have to slide them while they're stacked on top of each other on the ceiling. Slide them over there, and you can use them to walk into the area where you got the one box and use the gravity trick to get it out. And let's see, I'll put this here. And so anyway, they left the little butterfly in, which again I thought was supposed to be the clue for that, but I was a little late. But whatever. Now it's just a mysterious element that leads to nothing. I mean, I have not done what's necessary to get back up there on a version of the game that didn't have, you know, the egg up there. So it's like, I suppose they could have put something, but I bet if I did, I would discover there's a big fat nothing. So, all right, let's see if I can do this. Good. on my Twitch stream, I also kind of forgot how to do this when I ran up, so I just accidentally just spammed the button in its stupid way, and it ended up working perfectly on my first try. I was like, oh, I meant to do that. Okay, yeah, all right. Now this part. This is the part where I'm probably gonna die because the timing of this particular, or the thing we're gonna run down, or okay, we're gonna make. Holy crap! English is my native language. We're going to ride this thing down here, then do a slide and jump and flip gravity sideways, so we run up a wall, and then after that, there's a sign blinking on and off that, you know, will kill you if you step on it while it's on. And the timing for landing on that sign is just different depending on whether you're restarting the checkpoint there versus running in without having died. So I just can't. Yeah, this is one I can't remember. So even by my own standard, I think I'm about to lose my zero deaths run, but we'll see if I can get it. So I have a vague idea of how to do it correctly. Okay. This is really the only other part of the game that makes me nervous. Like, as far as getting no deaths. Alright. Let's see, let me just sort of run it through my head, okay? Okay, because what I did last time, right, was I just tried to see if I could just run without stopping and jump. And no, if you do that, you land right on it when it kills you. So that means what I need to do is wait. But how long? How long do I wait? I don't remember, I don't remember exactly. It's not long. That's the tough part. Just gonna have to wing it. Alright! Winging it! Wing it, wing it, wing it, wing it, wing it, wing it, wing it. Wing it. Okay. Okay. Well, that was not the fastest way. I realized now that I had a little time to think. Okay, this is the fun one, right? Okay, here. Let me get that rhythm. There we go. Nice. All right. Hey. Cool. Whew, sorry. Whew, heart's pounding. I just really didn't want to mess those up. So hopefully now. Whew, all right. There's still definitely a couple here I could die on, but those are the ones that are my problem areas. So cool. Yeah. Bop, bop. Ba-da-da-da. Alright, so I like to just kind of get that one over a little bit first. And on the second pass, I like to get it all the way over. I'm not brave enough to just go for it. There. And then on the third pass, we go for it. Okay. Ba-doing. Right, and of course, once we've hit the malfunctioning gravity switch here, we know we are near the end. So this is the part where, as long as I'm careful, I'll just miss my timing rather than getting shot. So let's see. Okay. I need to think. Okay. See how nervous I am. Sorry. Okay, I was a little stupid. Okay, here we go. So, okay, so my little trick, my idiot-proof trick, is to stand right about here and just run right as soon as that happens. Don't jump, just run. Now it looks scary. There we go. Yeah! Alright, so yes, technically there was that one death. I maintained that was a glitch. It's in my heart. This is a no death run. So I will tag it in my heart. Since there are, you know, pedantic fucks. But I mean, seriously, what if it is in fact a glitch death that occurred to me? What's the value in counting that? Clearly, I've demonstrated that I know what I'm doing, right? So, like, I mean, I don't know. It's like, unless your whole thing is like, well, that's what the software said, and it's like, okay, but software can be wrong. We agree it's a glitch in this scenario. So you're saying the software said I died, but the software's also wrong. So if it's wrong, can't we just say it didn't count? I think so. Anyway, yeah, the only thing that's better about my Twitch run, which is why, oh, maybe I should just save at least that part, is that one of the tiny little things that I like to look for, you know, when I play this game is there's two or three, whatever, places where you end up, you know, flung and knocked out, right? And almost every time it seems like the physics is tuned, or maybe it just ends up that way, whatever, so that you'll land on your back. But you can in fact land on your face, and so therefore there's a different animation of the boy getting up that way. You know, it's a little teeny tiny thing, but I've seen it so rarely, and it was cool that on this spot here, when I played it on Twitch the other day, I got the face version. In your face! So, all right. Well, let me check my time. Is there a way to do? Oh yeah, of course there is. Right, somewhere. Oh, it's kind of weird. You have to kind of. Okay, yeah, just a little over an hour. Cool. Cool. Well, hey, you know, at some point, there were some people who did stick their heads in for a minute. Hey, I appreciate that. You know, even if you didn't stay or even whatever. I guess I don't. If you thought I was annoying, I won't appreciate that part. But I certainly appreciate you taking a moment, just giving it a chance. Like, hey, you know, everyone who's, you know, really trying to do stuff like this deserves a chance, even if they don't have, you know, a camera turned on. So I appreciate that. That's genuinely cool. So yeah, this is just a little warm up for me today. I seem to be on a pretty good roll with my with the way things are working out on Twitch at the moment, so that's going to be my primary platform. But I just think every now and then, if I want to stream something that, you know, I want to have show up on my like PS4 profile, or well, I mean, obviously, if I want to stream it because I have something to show, but also because I want it to show on my profile, you know, past Twitch streams, holy moly, don't show up on your PlayStation profile, probably because they are deleted after a little while, so it just doesn't, they haven't built in that mechanism, whereas on YouTube they're presumably available forever. We'll see. But at any rate, so that's why I'm going to be sticking primarily to Twitch, but I do have a link to my Twitch channel here on YouTube. I made sure, just in case somehow I forgot that. And I know now that it's so awesome that you can do what do they call it, simulcasting or whatever, you know, streaming to both of them at the same time. I would totally do that, except that I am limited to the PlayStation 4's built-in streaming right now. So although I have a Pro and I have a pretty good internet connection, and that seems to be the major deciding factor in the overall image quality of the stream, is basically just, well, if you have a Pro, how much bandwidth do you have? And the answer for me, thankfully, luckily, mercifully, is more than what the PS4 could ever handle. And of course I have it wired in to a modern router and all that good stuff, so it can handle this kind of traffic at full speed. So, anyway, yeah, so just one more time, thanks everyone for watching, and remember, don't invest in cryptocurrency, kids. It's bad for you.